Hey guys, it's Kristi. Welcome to my channel. I am so excited because today is my first official Christmas decorate with me for the season. So I just did my Thanksgiving tablescape. I put that video out the other day, but I'm already taking it down because I'm not hosting Thanksgiving this year. I just wanted to do that video for y'all so you could get some ideas. So I am ready to go ahead and get my Christmas tablescape going. I've had a vision for a while now of what I wanted to do for my Christmas tablescape in the dining room. And the vision is so exciting to me because it's actually going to be a thrifted tablescape. So everything I'm going to be using today has come from the thrift store, except for a few items that I already had on hand. If you enjoy tablescapes as much as I do, then you're in for a real treat because today's video is part of a collaboration with a group of my YouTube friends, and it was put together by HEIDI'S. So I'm going to leave links for HEIDI'S channel and for the playlist down in the description box below. So when you're done watching this video, make sure you check out that playlist so you can get lots more Christmas tablescape inspiration.
I see snowflakes on the chimneys, and the candles have a certain glow.
These are the items I'm going to be using for my tablescape today. I wanted to go with a gold and white theme. That was the vision that I had. So when I thrifted, I made sure that I looked for gold and white items. When I found this crystal dough bowl at Goodwill, I knew that it was going to be perfect for a classic Christmas tablescape. And so that's what I had in mind and why I decided to go with the golds and whites, because I wanted it to be elegant. After moving the chairs out of the way and wiping down the table, I'd started out with this table runner, and it's a tablecloth that I found for $6 at my favorite thrift store. And I started out by thinking I would just fold it over and lay it the length of the table, but it wasn't going to be long enough that way. So I decided to open it up and then turn it diagonally so the two diagonal corners were out at each end. So then I just kind of poofed the rest of it together, and I really like the free-flowing look of this.
Tell me again with a whisper.
I filled the dough bowl with some pine cones and some ornaments. The pine cones were from the thrift store, and they actually have a little bit of gold and silver glitter on them. It's hard to see unless you're up close, but it's so pretty, and it definitely goes with the gold and white theme. And then I added some gold ornaments that I already had, and those were from Dollar Tree. I did want to keep the centerpiece simple, and I didn't want to do too much in the centerpiece to cover up the dough bowl because I think the crystal in the dough bowl is just so beautiful. Next, it was time to bring in my crystal candlesticks. I knew when I was thrifting that I wanted to stick with crystal because of the crystal dough bowl, and I also knew that I wanted to go with tapered candles because I felt that was going to give me the classic look that I wanted. So I started out by placing them in a row. Once I had them in place, I just stood back to look at it and see if that's what I wanted. And then I also brought in these votive candle holders that are also crystal, and those were some that were thrifted from Goodwill a while back, but I've had those for quite some time. Even though I like the way that looked, I thought it might have a little more impact if I grouped the three candles together. So I decided to play with that for a little bit, and you will see that I ended up playing with the centerpiece a good bit before I got it exactly like I wanted it. And then I came back in with the candles because I wanted to be able to stand back and make sure that's exactly how I wanted them. And I felt having the candles in there would let me get the full appreciation for the look to see. And then you can see I even walked out to the hallway so that I could see what it looked like from that angle as well. You're getting a glimpse into my process as I go through these tablescapes. Since I didn't do this one ahead of time, I'm having to go through and do all of my looks, and we're putting this one together right now. So far, I'm liking how it looked, but I know it needs some more things, And when I went thrifting and I was looking for the tablescape, I could not even believe when I found this Garland. Guys, look at how beautiful this is, and it is perfect for my tablescape. And it was only $2.50. Since I wanted to use it on both sides of my dough bowl, I needed to cut it in half, so I just folded it over to find the center, and then I just cut it so I could have 2 pieces. And I wasn't sure if I would leave it as 2 pieces or cut them down even more. For now, I went ahead and kept it as 2 pieces, and you can see I played with it quite a bit to get it how I wanted it, and I still might change it, but for now, this is what it is. So this tablescape is definitely a work in progress, and even when you see the finished product, it may or may not stay the same because I'm kind of piecing things together as I go. I think that's part of the fun and challenge of doing a completely thrifted tablescape, is just that, being able to find all of the elements that you're looking for and things that are really gonna make your table stand out. Another thing I would like to point out is that just because it's a thrifted tablescape doesn't necessarily mean it's a cheap tablescape or an inexpensive tablescape. It's definitely less expensive than it would have been had I purchased all of the items brand new, but a lot of the items still were quite pricey from a thrift store just because of the quality and what they were. Also, when it comes to the centerpiece and items like the dough bowl and the candle holders, I don't mind spending a little bit more money for things like that because I know those are classic pieces that I'm gonna use over and over again. So it's not just for one tablescape, and for that I don't mind paying a little bit more. I like the way the centerpiece is looking so far, and I love the Garland, but I did think it needed a little something, and I wanted to bring in a little more of the gold. So I'm using these Christmas ornaments from Dollar Tree, which I already had. I had bought them for the wreath project that I did earlier, so if you want to see that wreath, I will link that in the description box below so you can check out my first wreath that I ever made.
Old and the young, I hear sleigh bells in the snow, holding on to a bunch of reindeer. He'll be making his rounds, working harder for every year. When the Christmas spirit's all over town, I'm not one of them, the 3 wisest men, but I got an open heart. If you feel alone, just stop by my home. I don't care about who you are. If you make the trip, have a little sip, talking about the good old times, how they did it then, back in Bethlehem, when the legend came to life. I'm waiting for Santa to come. He'll be knocking on my door.
The other ornaments that you see me using are some that I already had from Dollar Tree as part of that project as well. And so I'm just using what I had left over. I knew I wasn't gonna have enough to do both sides exactly like I wanted to, so I pretty much did one of the sides the way I wanted it, and then I did what I could on the other side, knowing that I would probably have to run to Dollar Tree and pick up a few more ornaments, and I will go back to the thrift store as well because I'm also looking for some gold flatware because I don't have any and I haven't been able to find that yet. So I'm hoping when I run back to the thrift store that I might be able to find some. And it just so happens that the Dollar Tree and my thrift store are right next to each other. The placemats I'm using were from Home Goods last year. So if you saw my Christmas home tour last year, you will see that I use these placemats in 2 different tablescapes. The instant I saw these gold chargers during the Christmas extravaganza at my thrift store, I knew that I had to get them, and they were 50 cents a piece. I also loved the color gold that they were, because you know there's so many different colors of gold, and this was the rich gold that I wanted for my classic tablescape. Next, I'm using my white everyday plates. Guys, that is the thing about having white dishes, is they have so many uses and they are gonna look beautiful on this tablescape. I've known for a while that I wanted to do this classic gold and white tablescape. I've been envisioning it and looking every time I would go to the thrift store. And a while back at my favorite thrift store, I found these gold and white plates, and I did show these in a thrift haul, and I don't remember the exact price I paid for them, but I know it was between $20 to $30 for a set of 11 plates. And now for the napkins. Guys, I could not even believe it when I found these napkins at the thrift store. I also found these during their Christmas extravaganza, and I knew instantly that I had to have them. I grabbed them up so fast because I didn't want anybody else to get them. The store was really crowded that day. I love the detail on these napkins. They also came with a tablecloth, and I really didn't want the tablecloth, but it was the tablecloth and the napkins for $16. So I thought that was a great deal. I said 16, maybe it was 15, but either way, it was a great deal for the tablecloth and the napkins because it was 13 napkins. I decided to just fold them and lay them on top of the salad plates because I really wanted the detail to show. Next, it was time for the glasses. So I knew these crystal glasses that I found recently at the thrift store were gonna be perfect. I also showed these in a previous thrift store haul. I didn't have enough of the same glasses for 6 place settings, but I did have 4 of the larger tea water glasses. And then I love the coupe glasses, and I was thinking for Christmas you'd have champagne, so I really liked the coupe glasses. I love the vintage feel of that, and then also the look of the water glasses or iced tea glasses, whichever you want to call them. I think they are just vintage and gorgeous and gave me that classic look that I wanted. And it's kind of funny because Whitney doesn't like the vintage look of these, but I do, so I decided to go ahead and use them. And then I also had found these other 2 water glasses or wine glasses and then some other coupe glasses. So even though they don't match, I'm using those at the center place settings, and I still think it all works nicely together. Another fun thing about thrifting is I can use the table as it is for now, but I can still be on the hunt to see if I can't find a couple more water glasses and coupe glasses that better match the ones that I already have for the other 4 place settings. At this point, I knew my table was done for what I could do now. I was still gonna need to go to Dollar Tree and look for some more ornaments. And then also I was gonna stop by the thrift store to see if there was any possibility that I could find some gold flatware because I knew I really needed gold for the table. And that's one thing that I don't already have. All right guys, this had to be meant to be because as I'm filming this video, in the middle, I stop and go to the thrift store and I find this beautiful gold flatware set. It even has the detail on it that makes it feel classic to me, which is exactly what I wanted for the tablescape. I felt like it was pricey at $45 for the set, but it was 52 pieces, so that made it a little bit less than $1 per piece if you were getting it a la carte. My thrift store does a stamp program, and after so many stamps, you get a $25 gift certificate. So I did have a $25 gift certificate, so I decided to bite the bullet and get these. Even though they were $45, it was only $20 once I used my $25 gift certificate, and for that, I felt like it was a great deal. Like I said, the Dollar Tree's right next to the thrift store, so I also stopped into Dollar Tree and I was able to find some more of the ornaments. I think I already have some of these, but they're up in my Christmas stuff, which I actually have not taken down yet. So I just went ahead and bought these for $1 a piece. So I was able to have the ornaments that I needed to finish off my centerpiece. I thought the dough bowl needed just a little something extra to give it a little bit of whimsy, so I added these bows that I had, and these were from Walmart.
Tell me again with a whisper, little things that I wanna hear, and the stars up above are smiling when they see you holding me so near.
I hope y'all have enjoyed my first decorate with me for this Christmas season. I'm really excited to have my dining room done, and now I'm ready to put away the rest of my fall decor and start on the rest of my Christmas decorating. Remember to go check out the playlist with all of the other ladies and their tablescapes. Guys, I know these ladies and I'm sure their tables are gonna be spectacular. I cannot wait to see what they do. I'd also appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up. That really helps me out a lot. And remember to subscribe and turn on your bell notification so you won't miss any of my Christmas decorating videos. Guys, As always, thank you so much for watching. Y'all mean so much to me. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.